Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is time. It's finally time. Kvasir, however you want to pronounce her name, I don't know. I get names wrong all the time. And Gullveig are here. Who saw that coming? Probably collectively 98% of players, truthfully. But I did piece together the rest of the board in what I attempted to make as some kind of banner prediction for this. So let's take a look at what the final version of Gullveig, and I guess also Kvasir, look like. And we'll see what the rest of the banner is too. This has been a year in the making, literally.
I was born from a flaw in time. Without it, I would not be.
A flaw in time.
Where is my future?
Interesting. Oh, we're scrolling, baby. Oh, look at that scroll. Ooh, insight. That's fun. We'll come back and look at that. I'm mainly curious to see what the rest of the banner looks like. And then we will come back and analyze as best we can. Well, there's, I mean, half of the banner right there in that little example. There she is. Playable at last. Color's Tome Cav, which we knew. Flared Sparrow, Oculus Strike? Ooh, that's interesting. Has it always looked like that? Has her attack animation always looked like that? Why is this Gullveig as her weapon? Dude, that's crazy.
This was inevitable.
Dude, that's so sick. That's so sick. That's actually so dope. Alright, we got Sita. We got Sather. We got Fomortis. We got Robin. We got Yuri. Nerthas. Oh, Byleth. Aether. Guinevere. There we go. And Aether. There you go. That's the lineup. Hopefully you saw my video and you knew about this like 10 days earlier. And that allowed you to help plan a little easier. So there you go. Prediction confirmed correct. And as much as I mean the Brave reappearance, the Brave heroes from this year will be likely showing up on next month's Mythic Legendary banner in December. So I'll have a brand new prediction for December a little bit later, but that's just a heads up. That typically does happen. Only got a couple clicks from that, by the way. Only a couple people. Only a couple comments. Curious. All right, you guys are catching on to me, I think. All right. I don't know if we need any other info here. The splash card looks cool. Love that. 40th summon free. I will be choosing Gullveig, more than likely. Red is really good, honestly. Red is really solid. It's a really solid option for you. So far, so Kvasir fans rejoice. Same with Colorless, Gullveig, so good. Fomortis, Guinevere, I feel like is maybe a slightly weaker link, but maybe a little underappreciated. You know, undervalued perhaps. Yo, that's a sick looking tome though. That's dope, dude. Book 7 was so cool. All right. Let's take a look. We are a red tome cap. So if you're keeping track, sports fans, that means that between Sather, Kvasir, Gullveig, and Brave Gullveig, we actually have Gullveig emblem in every single color. But outside of Brave Gullveig, who is actually a flyer and not a cav, but that's beside the point. All right. Incipit Kvasir is her weapon. It's going to accelerate special trigger. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater or equal to 25%, grants attack speed defense res +5 to unit. Inflicts penalty on foes speed res equal to 15% of unit speed at start of combat. So she's very, very speed heavy investment. I had a feeling they would do something similar to this, where it required some sort of stat check. I wasn't sure what it would be. Obviously, Sather's is res. But I figured they would try and play off of Sather a bit, given that this is just basically her, but earlier in her time cycle. I don't really know how that works. Neutralize effects that guarantees foes follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks. And grant special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. And also, if it's unit's first combat initiated by unit or first combat initiated by foe, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 70% during combat. And then it clarifies first strike, what that means. If unit's HP is greater than 25% at the start of combat, after combat, if unit attacked, inflicts panic on target and foes within 2 spaces of target. So being a ranged cav, that is very handy for her. So she does have this combined speed res penalty based on 15% of her speed at the start. So that's really nice. That's really nice because you're not only debuffing the opponent's res, which is what your attack is going to hit for, but it's also speed. So it's making sure that they likely cannot hit her with a follow-up, and her weapon also denies their guaranteed follow-up, meaning that basically their only attack on her is going to be cut by 70%. So she's really only going to take 30% of damage in combat. That is the general gist. So I can't imagine she is terribly bulky. Did we see stats? I think we did, right? Yeah, she's not terribly bulky, right? But, sheesh, look at that. That's crazy. That's a lot going on there. But this is nice because, specifically, she's not going to take double attacks, right? She's not going to get doubled. She is basically going to get doubles, which is real nice. See if we can pop back there. 53 speed, obviously buffed, but still pretty crazy, pretty insane. And it seems like she's getting charges, right? So twice per attack. She has a trigger of cooldown of 1. So that means her 5-turn cooldown, or 5-count special, is actually only 4, but doubled with the cooldown charge, and now you're looking at basically 2 attacks to proc. So that's really nice, which she's guaranteed to not be denied follow-ups based on her weapon. So light is time is the special. It's going to boost damage by 60% of foes' attack when special triggers. Okay. Neutralize effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. And if unit initiates combat, unit special triggered, and unit survives, grants one of the following 2 effects after combat once per turn. If there is only one ally with the highest HP among allies within 2 spaces of unit who have already acted, grants another action to that ally. Whoa. Doesn't affect Sing or Dance, obviously. And also, if that ally's or their pair-up cohort's range is equal to 2. Interesting. Restricts movement up to 1 space on that ally or that pair-up cohort through their next action. Otherwise grants Times Gate to unit. Times Gate is going to make all allies within 4 spaces of unit can move to a space adjacent to unit that turn only. That's crazy. That's an insane special. So she is basically going to give one of your units another turn, or, which, you know, there's some restriction there, obviously, or it's going to allow any allies that haven't moved yet within 4 spaces of Kvasir to move to a space adjacent to her that turn. So, you basically get movement for your entire team or a restricted movement refresh for a team member that's already acted. Which, wow, that will allow you to dominate a map very quickly. She is really good. Is she dark? Interesting. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Either raid's defense gonna go crazy with that. This is the scroll that we got. So we have attack speed catch 4. We have lull speed res 4, which is basically just new lull speed forward. Or lull 4 in speed res form. Inflicts speed res minus X on foe, where X equals 4 plus number of bonus effects active on foe, max of 8. Excludes stat bonuses and neutralizes foe's bonus to speed res during combat, which pairs very nicely with her weapon, which, penalizes speed and res based on Kvasir's speed at the start of combat. Incite attack speed is our C skill. At start of turn, if number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 2, grants attack speed plus 6 and incited to unit for 1 turn. If number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or greater than 1, or less than or equal to 1. My brain broke for a minute. If number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1, grants attack speed plus 3 to unit during combat. So there you go. That is basically what is it? A 9-point buff to attack and speed based on you only having 1 unit near you at start of combat. So still basically pairs with her special, which would basically just refresh. Or, if units are far enough away, 4 spaces, you just send them all up afterwards. Incited is the status of if unit initiated combat grants bonus to unit's attack speed defense res equal to the number of spaces from start position to end position of unit during combat. Interesting. Max of 3. Okay. So she will basically get full benefits out of that too, which is a little bit nutty. Overall, Kvasir looks kind of insane. Like genuinely kind of insane. That's pretty wild. I don't remember what her attack animation looks like, so we're going to observe here.
Death into life into
The cycle. Dude, that's sick. I'm dropping Dracos over here. And then we're gonna refresh. Nerf does there. The Queen!
I could not see.
I'm so glad she had like a redeeming character arc. I didn't want her. I wanted her to be a redeemable villain. You know what I mean? I feel like we got that. Quietus Gullveig is our weapon. Time is Light is our special. Flared Sparrow, which debuted on Brave Gullveig, which is cool. Defense Res Smoke 3, which we know about already. That's been around for a handful of minutes now. And then Oculist's Strike. Occultist's Strike. Occultists. That's what it is. Oculists? I don't know. It's been a long day. Occultist Strike is her B skill. Let's start with the weapon, since that tends to inform the rest of the kit with most of these situations. So it's going to accelerate special trigger. Right? If unit initiates combat or a foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at the start of combat, grants attack speed defense rest plus 5 to unit during combat. Grants a bonus to unit's attack speed equal to 15% of unit speed. Ooh, we love speed stacking, don't we? That's not going to come back to bite us in a year or two. And neutralize effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks during combat. So we can already see a few parallels to Kvasir's kit here, where instead of debuffing the enemy, we're actually self-buffing based on speed, right? But still, it's that 15% benchmark of unit speed. So that's kind of cool. If unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foes' first attack by 70% during combat, and restores 7 HP to the unit after combat. If unit initiated combat, grants another action to unit after combat, and inflicts restrict movement to one space on unit and pair up cohort through their next action. Will not trigger again for 2 turns after triggering. So it's every third turn you can use it upon. I'm assuming you'd use it turn 1. But maybe not. Maybe you're planning out some spaces. So again, some similar kit based on Kvasir. There's the speed, buffing, debuffing, 15% of that. The follow-up attacks, denying of enemy follow-ups, stuff like that. So somewhat similar, which I feel like is probably to be expected a little bit, right? They are, after all, the same person, just at different times in their life. Time is Light is our special. Wow. Boosts damage by 45% of unit speed when special triggers. Which is only a 2-turn cooldown. So there's that. Neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. If unit initiates combat after combat. If unit's special triggered, and unit survives, grants another action to unit and restricts movement to 1 space on unit and pair up cohort through their next action. This effect has priority over other similar effects. In such cases, these other similar effects are treated as not having triggered. Okay. So, this is going to take precedence over this in terms of granting another action. That's what I read there. So I think what this means is, since we don't have any charging happening, I think you will likely get Quietus Gullveig's initial movement again. And then on your next attack, you'll get Time is Light movement. And then the third turn, you may or may not get anything. But you'll be guaranteed a third one. It seems like you're going to be able to do this every turn, as long as your charging takes effect, and you're able to proc your special. But wow, okay, that's pretty crazy. If you can't get it procced turn 1, your weapon does it for you, and then every turn thereafter pretty much takes the special precedence. If you can't get a charge by the time you can again, I'm assuming your weapon effect will take effect again, because you'll be probably at least 2 turns after that. Wow. Okay, Gullveig is attacking in a lot. Flared Sparrow, we know what that does. Divine Vein Flame. But that's been around for a handful of months now. Occultist Strike. I think I said it right this time. It's got a little snake down here. That's fun. If unit initiates combat, deals 7 damage to foe as combat begins. So tupled with Flared Sparrow. That's nuts. Effects that reduce damage during combat do not apply. Will not reduce HPs below 1. Inflicts speed res -4 on foe during combat. And deals damage equal to 20% of foe's res, excluding AoE specials. Wow. Okay. So if the foe has high res, you're dealing true damage based on that res value, which helps, obviously, because she attacks against res, being a tome and all. So none shall stand against her. That's what I'm getting. You will fall. Damn, this is crazy. This is a crazy kit. If you're unaware, I currently have like 1,000 orbs on my account because I just went ahead and bought all the holiday packs. I'm tempted. I may +10 Gullveig off rip and then just retire. Retire forever. I do love my tomes. And for whatever reason, I got made the Gullveig guy. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I want to see the animation again, actually. Because it's crazy. Dude, that looks so sick. That genuinely looks so cool.
State your wishes. This was inevitable.
Dude, I love that. So wait, do we get to go again after that? We do. So basically, we just get to move 3 times on the first turn. That's crazy. And obviously, if you have charging enabled, you'll be able to do at least 1 extra movement every turn. And then every 3rd turns, you get to attack 3 times in a row. That's nuts, bro. That's actually insane. Dude, Gullveig is so good. It's crazy to me that she's a defensive mythic, though. They're both defensive mythics. While Sather is an Astra. That's right. Sather is Astra. No? Am I right in assuming that? I feel like she is. Oh, it doesn't actually show. I'm pretty sure she's Astra, though. Okay. Very cool. Very pog. I think that this banner, frankly, is worth your time. I think it's worth your time. The last couple Mythics legendary banners have not been overly zany, we'll say. This one is worth your time. This one is worth your time. I know that there are a lot of things coming up. New book is starting in a couple weeks. This banner is worth your time. It is worth your time. All of the colors have something to offer, genuinely. If you want a Robin, now is a really good time to pick him up. If you wanted a Yuri, if you want Kvasir or Gullveig, or Fomortis, literally anybody on this banner is genuinely very good. And a lot of them have some different offerings too. Sita has a fairly different playstyle from everybody in her color share. Red definitely does have different applications. Green has a little less variability between Sather and Hather, but I mean Robin's there, so I mean this is his year. Genuinely, this is the year of Robin. 2023 will go down as the year of Robin and Heroes, and I mean colorless, dude, a little bit of everything for everybody down there. I would genuinely rate this banner like a 10 out of 10. Which I did rate every Book 7 banner not that long ago when I was doing a 24-hour live stream. So I can say with confidence that this is one of the best legendary mythic banners that we have had all year. There is very little downside in the majority of colors. So if you're going to roll, now is the time to do it. Truly. You can't necessarily go wrong really anywhere there. But it is available until middle of December. So don't forget that, okay? Additionally, I will have the new Hero Tracker out when this comes out, day of. So you can check that out, as always. Maybe Robin shows up alongside, like, Legendary Alir in the future. And that just, you know, that hits the spot for you. I don't know. You'll be able to know. So come back and check that out. Won't be but a couple days from now. So this has been delightful. I loved Book 7, like a lot. I think Book 7 and 3 are still my favorites to date. But I'm excited to see where Book 8 goes, wherever that is. I have a feeling nothing has actually passed in the time of Asker, and we just got shifted back. Kind of like, I think this happened in Book 4, where we just like went to sleep and then woke up immediately and everything took place in a dream. That cliche, yeah. But here we're dealing with wibbly wobbly timey-wimey things, so maybe that took precedence too. I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one, I think, is how I give my outro.